The following stream has been approved for all puzzle audiences by the puzzle general community.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the next matchup in the Puzzle General Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2020. I am S-Hard World Record holder Tayman, and I am joined with aspiring S-Hard World Record holder Foxy Man.
Hey, what's up?
Alright.
As you might know it, Cards of the Heart is playing right now, which is why you're hearing Tayman do the behind-the-scenes stuff instead of the normal cards, but we're hoping we're going to put on a good show for you tonight, so if anything's a little off, that might be why.
Wow, way to just call me out based off of the entirely existent mistakes I've made before. But, yeah, we're gonna hopefully have a pretty smooth production today as we bring you Cards of the Heart versus Ty in the winners semifinals matchup. This is going to be the first super hard mode speedrun, and it's for those of you who are unfamiliar, you're gonna really see why you will hear screams during race night when we race S-Hard, because it is a very brutal category, and I'm both curious to see how Cards performs, like just looking forward to watching him hopefully do really well, and then kind of curious to see how Ty ends up performing, because we haven't really seen him play much S-Hard.
And I think with Ty, I don't know if he has played much S-Hard in general, so I think even he's curious how he's going to do in this matchup against Cards, not just against Cards, but just against himself. So there's a lot of interesting things to kind of look out for. How is a relative newcomer to the team who hasn't even done this category much at all, how is he going to fare, given that we've already seen in the tournament he has definitely the skills needed, but we'll see how the execution plays out today.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about this matchup in just a bit, but in case you are joining us for the first time, I'd like to say welcome, and if you're a little unfamiliar with how the game works, how the speedrun works, take a look at this nifty little tutorial video thrown together by Cards of the Heart.
Pokemon Puzzle League is a Match 3 puzzle game first released for the Nintendo 64 on September 25th, 2000 in North America and March 2nd, 2001 in Europe. It was re-released on the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console in both regions in May 2008. It is a Match 3 puzzle game in that if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you need to do more than just simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also to send garbage to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage to your opponent that can prove to be very disruptive. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear, and then have the panels immediately above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break your stack through the top, you lose. So you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you'll have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think that they can no longer make a move. Hard mode contains 15 stages, and V-Hard and S-Hard have 16. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win 3 races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players.
Alright, so we talked about the tournament format plenty before. Let's to recap really briefly. All matches are going to be best of 3 speedruns of one-player stadium. We started out in hard mode in the group stages. We are now into the final bracket, which is double elimination. First round was V hard, and everything besides the first round of winners and losers bracket is going to be S hard, and this is actually our very first S hard matchup, as I mentioned. And let's take a look at the bracket so far and see how our players got here. Cards is the number 1 seed on virtue of having the best average hard mode race time in group stages. He beat I Like Being Smart in some pretty close, thrilling games in winners quarterfinals, and Ty had some really good runs against you, Foxy. I know that came down to the wire, and this kind of goes to show you that Ty cannot be underestimated when it comes to these matches. So here he is, upseeding a match that I think a lot of people anticipated, which was Card versus you. But we're going to get something hopefully just as exciting in Cards versus Ty. So we are in winner semi right now. Winner will go on to the winners finals. And let's take a look a little bit more closely at these 2 different players. So, Cards of the Heart, I mean, what more needs to be said about him? He has been around the community for years and years. He's put in a ton of time into any Puzzle League game you can think of, from Hamlet Pond, Tetris Attack, Pokemon Puzzle League, even the Toho Puzzle League games. He is the former SR World Record holder and currently holds the records in the hard mode and in V hard. And Foxy, why don't you talk a little bit about Ty? Because if I'm correct, you already knew him from the PvP scene?
Yeah, so Ty has been a pretty active PvP player for at least a year or so now. But when it comes to Pokemon Puzzle League speedrunning, he is definitely the latest person to come to the scene of all the entrants in the tournament, because he submitted his qualifying run literally within 30 minutes to an hour before the deadline to do so. So that's when he first started speedrunning. He was still on the last day setting up his setup. But we see he is currently in the winners semifinals match against one of the most decorated Puzzle League players of all time, if not the most. So he's shown he's gone from brand new to really top in the scene pretty quickly. And like, just to get an idea, like his S hard time and personal best isn't listed because he hasn't submitted any to the leaderboard. His V hard time is very deceiving. His hard time is very deceiving because he has surpassed both of those in the tournament already. So really, he's a huge wild card in this tournament in general, and especially in this match, where we have little data to go off of on how he's going to play. But I think I've seen him a lot in PvP, and he definitely has the potential to make this interesting.
Yeah, I think that's all we can say right now. We just don't have a lot of information on Ty. I think one of the first runs he did was around 35 minutes, which would be pretty good without much practice. Well, during the actual race, we'll talk about why S-Hard is so brutal and kind of easier to talk about it by showing you guys. To be quite honest, I expect Cars to take this one 3-0. S-Hard is just such a brutal category, and it takes a lot of experience to really develop a feel for it. I'm most looking forward to hopefully seeing Ty surprise us and like really get to know the category quickly. And I'm looking forward to seeing Cards like show us his skills, show us how he makes S-Hard an art form.
Yeah, I think overall, as far as what my guess coming in is, as you said, probably Cards is going to win 3-0. I think if Ty is going to get any games off, he has to kind of hope that Cards has an unusually bad run, and he's going to have to, I'm not going to say have an unusually good run, but he's going to have to show that he's been practicing in the last few days and kind of has gotten the S-Hard strategies down. And if that's the case, then really I could see him getting as high as maybe 30-minute, maybe even pushing 25-minute times, but that would be surprising if he did. Really, if he's sub 30, I would be really surprised and impressed with like a 2-0 tie, but expect to see Cards at the very minimum be consistent in how he puts the stage.
Yeah, definitely not a knock against Ty, just more of a testament to how difficult this category is and Cards' skill level. So, we will get to see this showdown in just a few minutes as we get set up. Stay with us. Alright, after a brief emulator issue, it looks like we are ready to go. So we'll just wait for our racers to count down here, and hopefully we're not in for a marathon S-Hard ×5 run, although that'd be very exciting actually.
If you're looking for the potential S-Hard ×5 run, let me plug FFR versus Tayman coming up on Saturday. But not expecting this one to go to Game 5, but if it does, that'll be a real matchup.
I don't see what my race versus FFR Pro have anything to do with SR ×5.
I'm just saying, I think that one has potential to go to 5 games.
I gotta spend some cred points right here and do some pre-game dunking. But
it looks like we are off.
Yeah, not about me and FFR Pro yet. It's about Cards of the Heart and Ty, and how is Gary gonna set the stage here for S-Hard? Actually, Foxy, you've gotten really into S-Hard over the past few months. Why don't you talk about some of the core mechanics, some of the core strategies that our runners are going to be using?
Sure, yeah, so, oh my gosh, also, maybe we were talking too much about Ty. He already has a 13-second Gary 1, which is really impressive, but just to step back a little bit, really compared to hard mode and the hard mode, there really are no easy stages in S-Hard, and pretty much for the main part, we're going to have 16 stages in a row that pretty much look similar. And this is because at this point in the Puzzle League kind of single-player mode, the opponent's cursor speed is fast enough that they'll be able to kind of... Oh, yeah, oh my gosh. So at this point in Puzzle League, the AI's cursor will be extremely fast kind of throughout the whole time, and it'll just get from extremely fast to task level speeds as you get closer to the end, and especially at Mewtwo. But yeah, so because the opponents will pretty much be expected to be able to clear anything that comes their way, the goal of this mode is to kind of get a force kill where the opponent won't be able to move
What the
at all.
heck?
Oh my god.
Foxy is
This
getting
actually absurd.
some pretty. Those are some pretty lucky stages in S hard. Let's not lie. As yeah, Gary won not treating cards very well. One could say that maybe you shouldn't argue or you shouldn't reset on Gary 1 because like his cursor speed's like pretty slow by SR standards. I personally like to reset on Gary 1. As we see, he can still drag you out for quite a long time. But it's definitely like it's not over yet, not even close. Like I would say we're gonna have the most variation in V hard. The cards is he sent enough at the last minute, and already you see that he's made up a couple stages on tie.
Yeah, so you can see that what you're going for in S hard mode, no matter kind of what strategy is almost always going to be a force kill situation where the opponent just runs completely out of moves to do. And typically the way we set that up is at the very beginning, you start your initial attack with 4 combos that lead. Ty just gave a perfect example.
Ooh.
That gives, oh my gosh, Ty is on fire right now.
This is doing
So
really
the 2
well so
4
far.
combos are going to send the garbage in a way that you have kind of a 3-wide block falling on the left and a 3-wide block falling on the right. And what this does is the AI are programmed to actually always go for the lowest garbage block. And so because they're going for this lowest garbage block and they only have kind of 3 panels wide to try to clear this, they'll end up kind of spending all this time and all this effort trying to clear those blocks, and usually get into a situation where they just kind of run out of moves and can't do anything.
What is?
Oh my god.
What is Erica doing? Ooh, that might. Let's see. Is this going to be good for cards? Misty's not going to have much stop time left. Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah. But yeah, honestly, both of these players are on a good pace right now. Like, just to give an idea, the world record holder, Tayman, his current world record is 15:07, and there's 16 stages in total. So if you like extrapolate and do the math, that says if you can average about a minute per stage, you're on world record pace. And both of these competitors are, Ty is ahead of a minute per stage currently, and Cards is a little behind a minute per stage. So you can take that as an example of both of these players are doing really well already, even though you've seen already multiple resets from both players, where they're just trying to restart the stage and kind of get that initial first attack, which kind of optimizes your chance of getting the quick kill and the force kill down below.
Yeah, and I will be a little pedantic and say that ooh, is Ty gonna drop this in time? Ooh, oh, how? Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Ooh, that might be good actually, because he raised his stack. He
One
ran
block
out of stop time. But what I was saying is I'm gonna be a little pedantic and say that I kind of I distinguish between crush kills and the traditional S hard kill. I think a crush kill is when the AI like literally cannot do anything, and the S hard kill is the specific kill that uses the exploit with the double 4 combo, where they theoretically could do other stuff, but their programming makes it so they don't. I think everyone kind of has their own pet terms for it. But I like to call it the S hard kill because it's our main strategy here. Cards is having a bit of a rough time on Surge.
Ty is doing amazingly well, and I'm gonna have to take back everything I said about what, like, this is absurd because this is on like easily a sub 20-minute pace right now, and kind of sub 20 is kind of the goal that anybody would be happy to get in an S-hard run.
Yeah, I think sub 20 is like, that's kind of where you start to see the really good / elite players getting times. I would not, I would never expect anyone to get sub 20, like even with this kind of pace, because like eventually, more likely than not, you're going to run into like a 4 or 5 minute stage. But things are looking pretty good for Ty so far. He's going to maintain the patented 2-stage lead. Let's see. I'm interested to see like how he continues playing. He is getting very lucky right now, as Sabrina is just going to run herself out of stop time, just doing whatever, doing God knows what with the blocks, because this AI is impenetrable. The AI has not been showing cards the same amount of consideration, but he's keeping pace. I mean, like within 2-3 stages, it's always possible to go on a run. Card is gonna let this play out a little bit. Oh, what was that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't even know what a safe lead would be in this mode. Like, I would not even call like 5 stages a safe lead necessarily, because at any point in time, your luck can shift. You can get stuck with a kind of 8-10 minute stage, and so right now Ty's ahead by 3 stages, but that's really nothing.
Yeah, let me think. Like, going into Mewtwo, I would probably only be feel comfortable with probably at least a 4-stage lead, to be honest. And if I had a lead that big, I would probably consider resetting at Mewtwo, because like you just don't know how long Mewtwo will go. But it really cuts both ways. I mean, you just don't know when you or your opponent are gonna get that 30-second kill or that 5-minute kill. Like, it's just there's no way of knowing. I would say things get like maybe slightly more consistent in the second half when the AI gets much better and will clear more blocks for you and will leave that opening for the quick kill, but it really depends on one's ability to screen watch. And I don't know how much we've talked about that, but because, okay, yeah, so look at that. Cards saw the opening in the side, and he dropped his chain at the exact moment. So to be really good at this category, it requires the ability to not only chain really well and chain consistently, but also watch the opponent's screen. And like someone, it is impossible to get an elite time without those skills. And I think like Ty is
Ty getting the crush kill right here.
Yes.
The first one to go to the back half. So in this mode, and almost in all modes, the stages starting at Tracy at stage 9 is when the AI typically gets noticeably better. So for example, in this mode, this is where the AI is less likely to get, you might have seen some kills where the AI's cursor like is too slow to move up to the higher blocks or something like that, and ends up getting a kill that way.
Ooh,
But,
not be good on Tracy. Did he send enough? He did! Oh my god! Ty is on fire right now. Like, I'd be happy with the pace Ty's on right now.
Like, this is still on sub 20 minute pace.
It is, and I still don't expect it. Like, not because like Ty is like bad or anything, but just because of this category.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I guess I want to come back to what you were saying about kind of one of the keys to this mode is being able to screen watch and watch the opponent. And honestly, like the reason I was so skeptical about Ty to begin with is I know he has the skills to chain and do all of this stuff that you need in S-Hard, but kind of the hardest skill, at least for me to pick up, was learning how to screen watch the opponent, be able to consistently chain while being aware of the opponent's screen in a way that you can drop it at a moment's notice in order to get those quick kills as often as possible. And so far, he's showing really great potential on being able to do that, but we'll see how long it can continue.
Ooh, he's doing the reset strats. I do want to remind everyone that I have patented the reset strats, so you have to send me a nickel every time you reset. So I'm actually making a killing off this tournament so far. Unfortunately, Sabrina getting the horizontal clear. We just want to remind the AI once again that horizontal clears are not allowed. Leveling off the stack is not allowed. Going above the lower 4-combo block, not allowed. Unfortunately, AI has refused to come to the negotiation table regarding these violations. But it is always frustrating when you do have that quick kill setup, and it would have worked if the AI's block arrangement wasn't so lucky. Because, like, we want the 4-combo block to drop to the bottom. Ooh, is this... did he send enough? Yeah, this is gonna be good. Holy cow!
Okay.
Holy cow, Ty!
Wow, wow, wow.
What were you saying? So yeah, if the double 4-combo block falls to the bottom, ideally you want 1 or 2 rows below it, because most clears are vertical clears, which require 3 rows. It's much more uncommon to have a horizontal clear within a single row, but sometimes the AI will just have these horizontal clears time and time again, which can be really annoying. Like, it'll feel like you have beaten an opponent like 3 times, but they keep getting these lucky clears. And that's part of the unavoidable luck factor. Ooh,
I think the hardest
Oh,
thing
no.
for me in those situations... Oh my
What
god,
the heck?
Ty does it again.
What? Oh my god! Man, this is like watching like Steven Strasburg's debut against the Pirates in 2010. That's a bad analogy. I apologize to Cards in advance. You are better than the Pirates, Cards. Ah, goodness gracious, though. Looks like Ty's taking his time setting up his double 4-combo. That's okay, though. Like, it's okay to take your time. Because like the entire category does rest on that double 4 strat. And did he send enough? Is he gonna?
Oh, this might be
what?
good.
Oh, what are you doing, Richie? What kind of?
That's another one of those things I don't like to see.
Yeah, like just did not lower out the. Yeah, Richie did not like lower out the 4-combo block on the left as we were expecting. Instead, he dragged all the other blocks. I would probably reset here if you're Ty.
He has second tier.
Anytime I see the opponent have second tier, I'm like, I'm just gonna reset. Really, I think the key to getting good SR times is to just limit your bad stages. And, like, in S hard, if you don't reset, a stage can go on for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes potentially. And yes, it's possible that if you reset, it'll still take you 5 minutes, but do you want to get... Within those 5 minutes, do you want to get, like, 4 attempts in? Or do you want to get 1 attempt in on getting the reset or getting the S hard kill? That's what it all comes down to, in my opinion, and I think looks like a lot of people have taken that to heart, which, just like, you know, you write algorithms, Foxy, you know all about efficiency and optimization, and I think reset strats are just part of that optimization, as much as this category can be optimized.
Yeah, I really think of this category, and this might get too technical here, but I said this the other day. I think of this category as 16 just repeated, like, I don't know if there's a better way to say this, but geometric random variables, which basically says that you're just going to flip coins over and over again, hoping for good luck until you get it. And if you're doing reset strats and just trying to get a good opening and hoping that you get just the right opening, and if not, immediately resetting, I think that's the optimal strategy. And you're seeing Ty do this really well, in my opinion, of as soon as he doesn't get the right opening that he wants, he resets immediately and says, look, I'm going to do this over again, and just hope that the AI screws up and I get the right attack going.
I will say that I don't quite think that resetting right away is the best idea. I think you kind of...
oh, if he drops this?
Ooh, that's... Ooh, but... Oh, he's going to bring those...
There's potential. Oh, man.
I don't think you reset... Yeah, really good for Ty so far. I don't think you reset right away. I think you kind of develop an instinct as to what, or a feel for when the AI might run themselves out. Like, I've seen a lot on Rocket and Giovanni. They will clear, like, a buttload of blocks off the garbage, like, sometimes doing 6 and 9 and 12 combos even. And, like, there's a decent chance you'll get a kill within 30 seconds there, but it's all a numbers game. Oh, that would have been good if you would have sent that a little sooner. That's where the screen watching comes from.
I extended that just a little too long.
Yeah, he's gonna reset there. Ooh, but this Tracy is looking good for cards.
Oh, no.
He's not gonna have anything left though.
Good. As long
he's
as
not
Tracy's
gonna
topped off, he's good.
Yeah, he's got really nothing. Oh, that is beautiful. That is a work of art right there.
You love to see that.
I think I speak for everyone when I say get wrecked, Tracy.
Oh man,
that would have been.
Would have had the double 4 combo. Although this could. Nah, he's got purples.
Yeah, I would reset this. So I think this is where Cards makes a comeback, if he does, because I feel like he's going to be a little more practiced in these later stages. Let's see here.
Cards should.
Whoa, no!
Oh my, that's not allowed.
What are you doing? You cannot do those little. God, what do we call those? Those like little those kitty corner clears. Ah, that feels so bad.
Not allowed.
Yeah, let's add that to the list, to the Puzzle League Geneva convention.
Yeah, and Cards really should be resetting here. I'm not sure why he's continuing. Okay.
Ooh, I don't know if Ty is not. Oh no, that might have been enough. Yeah, I would. I would probably, well, I would reset here if you're Ty. I think for anyone that like wants to learn about S-Hard or run it a bit, I will say don't give up on the reset strat. Like if you don't reset 2 times and be like, well, I better let it play out now, because now you're adding like 2 extra stages on top of a no reset stage. And on card side, that is exactly why it's good to not do insta resets, because Rocket cleared a ton of blocks and left themselves with nothing else.
Although Ty should be good here if he drops it in time, which he does. Although, okay.
Did he? Okay, he did send enough
there.
Of a worry.
All
right.
Greens could have fallen in a weird way, but. So yeah, we have Cards has 6 stages left and Ty has 3. But as we said before, nothing is safe.
Oh, and Cards dropped that opening chain. Yeah, if you mess up your opener, generally best to just reset right away. One small thing that I've noticed that could be the difference is ooh, wow. Well, how's this gonna work?
Really good for Ty.
Oh, drop it!
Oh, he's
Drop
not
it!
off. Drop something.
There we go!
Ah, yes.
Wow. What a rampage.
Ty, I think, is in the clear advantage at this point. Like I said, there's no such thing as a safe lead, but he gets one good Gary, he's on Mewtwo with a possibly 6-stage lead.
Yeah, in 6 stages, even with, it would take a really long Mewtwo to wipe out a 6-stage lead, but let's not get ahead of ourselves quite yet, although this is exciting so far.
I mean...
Ooh, this might be good!
Gary has started off...
No!
Oh my...
No! Horizontal not allowed! I don't think he sent enough, unfortunately. That's unfortunate.
But yeah, for the people watching right now, this is the time that if you just look at Gary 2's cursor on Ty's side, it doesn't even make sense. It's not fair. It's bullshit. No person could ever input buttons that fast.
I don't know. Ever watched Yoshimitsu play?
I've watched Yoshimitsu quite a bit, and even Yoshimitsu can't input buttons that fast.
It is pretty ridiculous. Oh, Geo messed that up.
Geo saying, I think I'll try to clear on the left side instead of the right, and he pays for it.
What a digital dummy. But I was saying how Ty has not been raising his stack up quite as high as Cards does. Oh, that would have been enough!
Oh, no.
He started his next chain too soon! And that delayed the garbage from the first one, so Ty getting some bad luck on this Gary. Cards going full ham on Richie, and I think he was just trying to extend that out as much as he can, because the strategy here... I think he's gonna barely find it. But really, the key strategy is to just chain as long as you can. Like, bring it out to a 15 or 16 if you have to. I've had a couple stages where, like, it's more common than you think, where they don't leave you that opening until you get 16 chain.
Yeah, I think in the business we call those forky strats, where you just go out to the timed question mark chain and just hope you get something good.
I think it's a more established member of the community can correct me if I'm wrong. I think a forky strats are like when you arbitrarily go for, or like when you non-discriminatorily go for those big combos. I don't think it's forky strats if you just extend that long out of necessity.
Yeah, I think it's more just...
I would... Oh. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Ah, man. Found the purples. Ty... Yeah, this is a situation where you might get lucky if you play this out, but we saw that Ty kind of didn't get the best of luck, but...
one more line!
No! One more line. Oh, man.
This has turned it into a bit of a nail-biter. Ty has had kills on Gary if the circumstances were a little different, like 3 times, and oh no, he did a 5 by accident.
Oh, and the 5 is gonna kill this.
Oh, well, let's see. Oh, no. See,
If he started with level 4s, it might have worked.
I think it would have. I really think it would have. But I think Ty is also showing us how it's really important to just keep your head on straight in S-Hard, and even more importantly during a tournament setting. Like, you'll just be, you know, you've reset like 3 times and you'll be rushing to get that kill, and there's really no rushing you can do. Like, you can't like go to the game. You have to let the game come to you. And the more tilted you get, the longer the stages go on, the more sloppily you'll play, and the even longer that these stages will go. And I think Ty might be getting a little frazzled, which is understandably so. I gotta say I'm like a little disappointed because it's making this upset look a little more unlikely as Cards looks like he is just taken down this Lorelei, and all of a sudden he is like crawled back within a stage, and what could have been so far, like maybe with Ty just barely missing out on some Gary kills. But we see that, like, just with the experience of a seasoned... I don't know if Ty sent enough here. One more line again, dude. This is unfortunate to watch. Like that's just like how brutal. And Cards has made up a 4-stage deficit, just gone on fire the last few stages, and I'm sure Ty will be kicking himself if he ever comes back to watch the VOD. This is a better setup. I think he could have extended that out a little longer.
Yeah. So
there he goes. Okay. Oh, but look at this. Gary has...
Are we going into Mewtwo at the same time?
Oh my god. I think... Okay, I think I think Cards has a clear advantage going into Mewtwo. He is more familiar.
If anyone gets the quick kill, it's over.
And this is what's so great about... Okay, has Mewtwo done enough here? No, the horizontal clear!
What about on Cards?
Oh no.
Can you get it?
You hate to see it. I think Mewtwo is leaving it... Well, let's see here.
If he can figure out these blues...
Oh no!
Oh no! He doesn't have.
Cards with the massive comeback.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
buckets! Man, Ty got trolled super hard those last 2 stages. Like, getting one more line several times on Gary, and then Mewtwo with the horizontal clear. You really hate to see it. I mean, I don't want to play favorites as a commentator, but it would have been really something to see the newcomer take a game off of Cards. If we see in the chat.
No. But yeah, the final time for Cards, the official time is a 29:08. And I think that's just kind of to put it in perspective a little bit. I think that's about what we'll expect from the top players in S-Hard. Close to that kind of 27 to 29, maybe 30-minute range is like generally, at least what I think of as kind of a solid average time to have.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I usually shoot for 25 to 30 minutes. There's like, you can get that like if you are good at screen watching and good with the double 4 combo setup. Even with a little bad luck, you can get that. But wow, I mean, Cards just pulling out all the stops, showing us why he is so well regarded in this category. I mean, he was a long time record holder of this category, and he still has those instincts, and has added with the reset strats that he didn't used to be so fond of. I think he's really incorporated them into his repertoire. and it definitely paid off for him here. Like he didn't reset right away. Like he thinks he'll get a kill in a little bit.
This looks good for
Ooh.
Ty.
There we go.
So that'll finish things off for this race. Official time for Ty is a 31:37. And yeah, Ty already in the chat is complaining about Gary, knowing that if he could have gotten a couple of those breaks against Gary, where Gary got a horizontal clear, or if Ty would have dropped it a little bit earlier, he knows that he could have gotten this first game, which would have really been something. I mean, you can tell by the way we were talking about Ty, it's like we didn't know what to expect with him coming in, and
yeah,
at least now I'm hoping to see that Ty takes a game from Cards, but yeah, it'll be interesting to continue watching and see, can Ty keep this up. And another thing is, if this goes more than 3 games, even at third game, fatigue is something that will definitely start playing a role. Because when you've started and restarted some of these games, some of these individual matches against the opponents so many times, sometimes my mind just gets kind of fuzzy, hard to think, hard to focus, see what to do going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, not only the salt of S-Hard, but also the fatigue. Like, these opponents will just grind you down to dust sometimes, and I don't know. Like, if Ty pulled out that first one, it was definitely guaranteed to go at least 4. I can tell you that, and we would have been spending another couple hours here. But gosh, like no time to reminisce on what could have been. We're already getting geared up to go with game number 2, and let's see if Gary is gonna treat Cards a little more nicely, and let's see if Ty gets the luck he did in the first half that he had last time. Like he played phenomenally, to be sure. There are also instances where the AI will just do really weird stuff with their blocks, or give you really improbable stop time kills that are like kind of gifts in S-Hard that we'll absolutely take. But he did have a lot of those in the last game, and we'll see how this next round shakes out.
Yeah, so I will say that one thing that I tend to do that I didn't see as much from Ty or even Card's side is kind of the chain extensions to kind of the 12, 13, 14 length, where in a lot of these cases I'll just kind of chain as long as I need to until I get a very safe setup where the AI is completely at the bottom and has nowhere to go. And I saw most of them trying to kind of end things a little earlier, which maybe is one reason why Ty was able to keep up in the first half, but then had some struggles in the second half, just because in the second half, usually if you go to like a 14 chain or something, because the AI is so fast, they'll get in a position where they're so low on blocks that if you drop it at just the right time, they'll be topped off and have nothing left to do.
Right, and the longer you can extend out your chain, the longer you're giving the AI the opportunity to start their chain. And like, we are off.
Definitely Gary 2 for Ty. There were some times where Gary 2 just wasn't kind of starting with a big chain or anything like that, and I feel like in all of those scenarios, Ty was kind of cutting things a little too short in my opinion, and if he would have kind of stuck things out just a little bit longer, we could have caught Gary after he started or finished his first chain.
Ooh,
the purple
Gary
made that impossible for Cards.
What is Gary doing on Ty's side? What?
What?
Did you? Oh my God! Ty's Gary had like 5 opportunities to clear those purples, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good, man."
And we saw another instance where the AI, for whatever reason, always tries to clear the left side of the garbage instead of the right. So even though there was a perfect setup for a clear on the kind of right part of that 3-wide garbage block, Gary instead tried to, for some reason, make it work on the left side, which ended up resulting in his death.
Yeah, it is really weird. You'll pick up these little these little nuances of the AI the more you play this game.
Yeah, and actually, one thing I've noticed, which I've mainly noticed because I've actually worked on creating an AI for a clone of this game, in fact. But one of the things that the AI does in Puzzle Week is they actually move their blocks, they move their blocks as though there are no like holes or anything. So oftentimes, rather than move things, assuming that if you move something and there's a gap below, it'll fall, they'll move things as if they won't fall at all. And so that ends up leading to a lot of weird scenarios where the AI will think that something's a clear, but indeed it's just going to fall down and not clear.
Yeah, or you'll notice that like sometimes they'll try to do like these they'll try to, like, you know how if a block's falling, you can't like pull out a block if there's only one gap of clearance. Sometimes you'll see them go for things like that, like more so by accident, because like sometimes like garbage will clear unexpectedly, and it'll leave them with just the one gap.
And already Ty is starting off really well.
Yeah, I will say, sometimes these AIs will give you the stop time kill and derp around with their blocks a little bit. As Brock is treating cards much more nicely than Gary did. I mean, these AIs are sentient. We all know it, and Gary hears about all the crap we talk about him. Ooh, and Surge goes down on Ty's side, getting some... Both our runners the last couple stages have gotten really fortunate block arrangements where the AIs had they've had more than the target 2 rows, but AI have not had ideal block arrangements, and you're seeing that slower cursor speed in the first half of S-Hard really come into play. Misty gets one clear for cards, but the second garbage blocks are the second 4 combo block's gonna fall into place. Now how is this Surge gonna go? He's got nothing. He's got nothing. Cards was talking in the race channel about like how he could wish he could have the first half figured out, and I think that's something we're all wondering, and it honestly might come down to oh no. Oh, okay.
Oh. Unfortunately doesn't fall to the one more line on Cards' side right there.
Yeah, that would not have worked if we were on why can't I remember anything? Bruno or Gary. Their cursor would have found it right away. Ooh, and Koga leaving the perfect opening for Ty. He is gonna go on and take a 2-stage lead, but it looks like is Erica gonna do the same thing for cards? She's looking. Oh. She finds that she's used up a lot of stop time though. She's wasting a lot of time. Why do you do this? Oh, and she messes it up. Shout outs to janky AI. What would we do without it? Okay, now how's this Sabrina looking? I don't know if he's...
This is looking pretty good.
Oh no, one more line.
Off. Oh, can he send something else?
Oh no. See, that might have worked if...
One more line.
It might have worked if Sabrina had a long clear to get to. But unfortunately, it's right as soon as she erased her stack, she had a clear right there. And it's just really incredible how just like one line or one like bad, like one really lucky AI block arrangement can just cost you minutes. Like we saw that with we saw that with Ty last time. He was so close on Gary, and a good chance it cost him that first game. And let's see if Ty resets here. Now, Sabrina's going to clear a lot of garbage here. There is a chance she'll run herself out. She does have third tier, but third tier, like, that's real meme status right there. But usually when they do third tier, they don't have time to like come back down. Okay, so now that, yeah, doing exactly what I would do there. In fact, maybe Ty's been watching my runs. Who knows? Because these reset strats do look pretty familiar. Card is having a bit of a hard time with Koga, but Koga's
right now,
Koga with the leaving the gap for Cards, and with that we are tied. Now, is this going to be good on Sabrina?
It should be good.
No, what are
he
you
wasn't
doing
top
up
off
there?
What the heck? That was like going up to like half of a tier.
Yeah, well, Sabrina went up above the 4-combo block, and unfortunately that'll happen sometimes where, like, the AI is programmed to clear that lowest garbage block, but I think sometimes that command will accidentally get skipped over in whatever algorithm they're running, or, like, they'll just forget that they're supposed to do that, and it's really weird. It makes me super upset when it happens, because why are we doing this strat when if the AI is just gonna ignore it? I don't know, let's see. I don't think, is that
So Ty did extend this.
ooh, is that
Oh,
now is she gonna drop?
oh, I don't know if he hasn't topped off. Oh my
No,
gosh. he
two
needs to
more.
send something
Oh
quick, and he
no,
doesn't have
two
enough
more
gel to do
lines.
so.
Oh gosh, Ty. Yeah, I think that's the weakness I'm noticing from Ty's game, is that his follow-ups don't seem to be quite as good.
And I'll just point out here that Cards is actually taking, I guess technically, his second lead of this whole race so far. The only time he had a lead in the last race was against Mewtwo. So he's first to go into Blaine, and he's trying to show that his experience with the matchup and
Oh,
with
gosh.
this game is making it count, where maybe Ty is just lacking a little bit in some of just a little bit of fundamentals that result in just barely more higher chance of getting these quick kills.
Yeah, it really is the little things about S-Hard that do add up over time, or can be magnified across the course of a run, or just like making like small mistakes that end up leading to like minute-long stages. Like as we've seen with Koga, or wow, Cards is just he's popping off here. Is this finally going to be the Misty, or the... Why do I get all these characters mixed up? I get all the waifus mixed up. Is this finally going to be the Sabrina that Ty needs? Yeah, there it is. But I think in the time it took Ty to beat Sabrina, Cards has gained like 4 stages on him. Unfortunately, I don't think Cards managed to get off the second 4-combo, and now Rocket is going to take him for a bit of a ride.
He has second tier. Will he go for it? Ah, he does.
Yeah,
Usually at this level, they're quick enough where
Yeah.
they will find second tier if it exists.
Man, Blaine not doing very nice things to Ty here, but I think maybe Ty does reset a little more aggressively because he isn't as confident in his follow-ups. Oh, drop that! Drop it!
Another 4 call.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. Okay, okay. Lightning just coming in and just freaking taking a shot at all the hard work that all the runners and commentators are putting into this tournament. Way to go, Lightning.
Oh, and if Cards drops this, he should be good. And he is.
That was textbook from Cards and textbook from Rocket. Rocket leaving that opening, Cards spotting the opening. You love to see it. Just a real crisp S-hard kill.
And honestly, it just feels good when you get those good S-hard kills. Like, you just kind of, afterwards, you're like, yeah, like, that's right, I destroyed this game.
It's like, you're not the only one. Because, like, multiple times, like, if I get, like, one of those clutch... If I get one of those, clutch, garbage drops, I'll be like, man, why am I just so good at this game? Because it's true. And it's true for you, too. It's true for Cards. And Ty's been pretty good, too.
Oh,
let's not leave him out of this.
I would have kept going with that.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive.
He used 6 blocks to clear that garbage, even though he had only 2, maybe 3 lines. But hey, if you're gonna stick with the strat, you gotta stick with the strat.
It's not the worst thing in the world, because you do... I mean, you do get that next runoff more quickly. Ooh, is this... Oh, but... Tracy
red.
barely had anything over there, but they were just all reds. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a really smart drop by Ty. Like, that is... Honestly, like... I guess he's... How much screen watching goes on in PvP, Foxy? That's not something I'm as familiar with, but it would make sense if Ty was so good at these screen watching skills.
So, this is a little up for debate, I'd say. But I'd say definitely in general, not many people screen watch or really... Some people even say it's not worth it to change your playstyle to your opponents, which I usually will try to pick up on some things my opponent's doing and kind of adjust as a result. If I think like, oh, they're raising their stack at the beginning, if I just send some small garbage or something, I can catch them off guard and get a quick kill. But other people say like, if you just play optimally, it's optimal and it doesn't matter what they do. So yeah, I'd say overall, I don't think it gets used all that much. And definitely not at the level of you're trying to drop things at just the right time to catch people off guard when they're low. Because normally real people do not get this low and just play so, I mean, I guess dumb sometimes.
Would you say that the Puzzle League player is at a slight disadvantage compared to the Puyo player?
The Puyo player? I couldn't tell you.
No.
People were saying about Puyo.
That's a meme from Puyo Tetris.
Okay.
I'm very clever. But man, Puzzle League versus Puyo, that'd be something else. Get on it, Sega and Nintendo.
What, you have Puyo Tetris? And you have Puyo Puzzle League?
Puyo Puzzle League. Ooh, but getting back to the actual game, it looks like Ty is gonna go on to Giovanni here and come within a stage as Cards is having some trouble with Richie. But Richie is oh no, doing the illegal second tier.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
And Cards is gonna try to play this out a little bit. I don't know if I would if I were him, but right now I might be shown why I'm wrong. And yeah, he gets the kill on Richie, and he's going into Lorelei to officially make this about a 2-stage lead.
Yeah, the patented 2-stage lead. Oh gosh, Ty not topping off Giovanni. I don't think it would have mattered anyway, but yeah, it does look like he's having a hard time with these follow-up attacks.
Oh, that
Ooh.
might work. The
Don't-
unforced
Ooh,
clear
there we
for
go. The
Giovanni.
unforced error by Giovanni, and gonna keep things interesting for sure. As Lorelei can definitely keep cards occupied for minutes. It really depends on how much she wants to ruin your run. Okay, all right.
Not sure
Ooh,
why.
oh no, what?
Oh, wow.
What? No! No leveling! Do not level the stack. Well, Ty also did not get the double 4 combo there, which definitely hurt him. And he does not have... why do I just forget the names of all the characters in the game that I've been playing for like 3 years? My brain just freezes up. It's Richie. It's Discount Ash. He's not been topping him off. But it looks like Richie's running himself a little low, and Ty's been going a little less aggressive on the reset strats.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is Ty, like, making a concerted decision that he's just... Maybe he wasn't happy with his strategy before and he's trying to change things up now. Maybe he's just, in general, a bit more frazzled, so he's just not implementing the strategy that he had set out to do initially.
Ooh, is this... Oh, is she gonna get there? Ooh.
Oh, no. That's why these later stage opponents, if there exists a clear, they will find it.
Very rarely you'll get the later stage stop time kill, but it really takes some like outrageously bad block placement for the AI. Ooh, what is...
Yeah, and again, I almost seem to intentionally drop that, and I'm not sure why. Like, maybe he wasn't looking over at Richie's screen, but...
Yeah, that could have been it.
But it seems like he purposely stopped his chain at not the ideal time. Now he's kind of playing through it, which isn't looking to work for him.
Ooh, oh, I think if he sent enough though...
Commentator's, I guess, fortune, I don't know.
Commentator's blessing, let's go. And we are tied going into Lorelei at about the 19-minute mark, so these runners on a pretty good pace. And finally, Lorelei runs herself out of blocks there, just as Ty's getting to her. So let's see. This all right. She's got the double 4s going.
This is no. Now he's got to keep going unless he's able to. This might work. He'll get the yellows over. He's got a good. Have much unless he can find
I think she's gonna find the blues though.
That's right.
Unfortunate. Yeah, and then she's gonna get the purples. Unfortunate. Bruno is... Oh no!
Oh my god.
That was... Okay, I can understand that. Like, Cards saw the opening there, he just didn't realize that he didn't have enough. Like, it's... Like, if we... It's really hard to screen watch. Like, you can screen watch and, like, just not catch how... Like, they don't have the pillar you expected, or maybe you didn't notice how they have a horizontal clear. So, it's incredibly difficult. So, like, if Ty does end up missing, like, a drop, it's he's definitely not to be blamed for that. But he is... I think the most important thing is just getting a wide chain. That's probably not going to work, though. That strategy probably would have been really good in V-Hard. Like, she had the pillars and she had just raised her stack, but that is... Lorelei's cursor speed just blazing along there. And, ooh, this Might.
be good for cards if he can top
That
off
is... Oh, that's
here.
perfect.
He does.
Alright, so Cards is gonna... Bit of a role reversal here. Let's see if how Gary treats Cards compared to Ty's Gary. Lorelei is doing some dicey stuff with her stack there. Ah, but she finds the reds.
Yeah, I still think that Ty is just, if he were to extend these chains out a little longer, he could find a better opening. But he just keeps dropping them a little too early, and he's kind of putting it more to luck, in my opinion, on
Oh, look at that! Gary giving Cards a gift. Look at that. This category is just as much about luck as it is skill.
And this is what I mean of Cards had like a huge chain must have been on that side. I wasn't paying too much attention, but was able to drop that at least in a good enough time to... So yeah, we are on Mewtwo right now. And the big question is Cards going to get the quick kill?
Well, the real question is Mewtwo free? Cards is doing a really good job extending this, but Mewtwo is not doing him any favors. He's going to have to cut this off, so he has, yeah, he can't go any further than that because Mewtwo's going to send him a lot of stuff. He had to bring that out to a 15 chain, and oh no. Here we go.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate because usually Mewtwo, because he's so good at chaining, if you wait long enough, he won't have too many panels on his screen. And even if it kind of goes out, even if he gets the initial clear, if he doesn't have too many panels on his screen, he'll find a way a lot of the times just to clear things because he's just way too fast. But this might go for a very long... Oh, just like that 6 combo there. Like, he went for that 6 combo because he's way too fast, and he might die as a result of that.
Is he going to be... He was not smart with those purples. And Mewtwo being discounted, we'll say. Not quite free, but discounted. And Card is going to take game number 2 with an official race time of 23:26.
Yeah, and I will say, I don't think going that far out is really too bad of a strategy on Mewtwo, just because I've seen so many times that Mewtwo and S-Hard versus kind of Mewtwo and V-Hard or something else, he'll just get so excited to make clears, even in like the weirdest situations possible, that as long as he's topped off and doesn't have too much to work with, he'll often run out of moves.
Yeah, I think you absolutely have to sell out on Mewtwo. Like, there's no... Like, there's a good chance if you wait long enough, he will give you that opening. Unfortunately, he didn't give it to Cards right away, but he did run himself out of blocks. And honestly, with how huge of a garbage block that Cards sent over, I was surprised that that only went on for about a minute. As we'll listen in on Ty here as he battles with the worst waifu in the entire game.
So yeah, actually Ty did something there that I often try to do, of if you accidentally mess up your first opening, but you get a ×2 or less, then just kind of run it out as long as you can and hope that they clear the initial attack of garbage that's just like 1 or 2 lines or something that clears immediately, and then just keep doing your chain until you kind of... I kind of see it as a soft reset is how I think of it. You're not getting the full reset, but you're able to get them... You're like wasting like 10 seconds instead of an extra 30 seconds or something to do the full reset.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you kind of have time to bail out and reset. Usually, the AI will get a clear on that garbage block pretty quickly, and you can just start going with another double 4 combo and hopefully recalibrate your run. But, come on, Lorelei. Be a gal. Okay. Okay, drop that. Oh my gosh, Lorelei, why?
No.
Well, okay, well, is she gonna... Oh no!
And
That...
I raised the stack too.
That kind of just sums up how Ty's latter halves have been going so far.
Yeah, and I'm curious what you think, but generally, the further into the run I get, the more comfortable I am, and the better chance I feel like I have of kind of getting the force kill. But Ty almost seems to be the opposite of, he really seems to thrive in the early game and is struggling in the later game to get these kills. And as I say that, commentator's blessing again. He gets the kill on Lorelei and is going to move into Bruno.
Yeah, I don't know quite what it is. I mean, we haven't seen Ty play that much, and it's possible that his playstyle of... It doesn't look like he extends out super long, or maybe like has chosen not to, or like maybe is a little rough around the edges. Ooh, that was actually really good. That was perfect. Oh my gosh.
See, this is why I think he must be screen watching to some extent, because he timed that perfectly. He knew what he was doing.
Oh my god.
And that's textbook. That's the kind of run you, or the game you get against a character and you go into the next one feeling like you're on fire.
Yeah, that was the sort of screen watching that like you'd expect from an elite level SR runner. And like it was so swag. Okay, now he okay.
If he
Okay.
drops it
You need the okay.
Would be good.
Okay, now Gary, don't be dumb. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, as he goes on to Mewtwo, once again, we see that it's been just one or two stages making all the difference. Like, if he's just, like, 2 minutes faster on, Sabrina he had a hard time with, and 2 minutes faster on, Lorelei, again, those two are tied for the worst waifu. This would have been a lot closer. And, we'll see what Mewtwo does, but he's chaining pretty well. Oh no, but Mewtwo... Oh gosh, Mewtwo... Mewtwo!
Not doing his job,
God.
not being free.
Okay, Mewtwo, come on. You are... Are you not, like, the final boss of the hardest difficulty, and you can't, like, do better than a freaking 4-chain? Come on, Mewtwo.
Yeah, if you just even look at Ty's side of the screen right now, that's not the kind of block
This is just embarrassing.
supposed to send.
Just embarrassing for Mewtwo. That's the most he can put up with. Like, it is kind of funny how out of all the Puzzle League speedruns, I think Mewtwo is the most forgiving final stage out of all of them. Just because of the quirky AI mechanics and how he's likely to clear down so much. Like, if you're speedrunning Tetris Attack and you go to Bowser, you're basically like you're rolling the Bowser roulette, in essence. But Mewtwo, it's, if you can execute, there's a pretty good chance that you will get the kill. And Ty was executing pretty well. He got that out to an 8 or a 9 chain, and unfortunately Mewtwo was just not cooperating. Hopefully Mewtwo will do something dumb and run himself out of blocks.
Oh, but he's gonna get kind of a refill right here.
Okay. Okay, he just... Okay, look, he just, oh gosh. He was running out of blocks, but now, that's the problem with doing too much combo stuff on Mewtwo, is that you can give him a lot more ammo. You'll want to do, like, probably just some small chains to top him off, and maybe just like a handful of double 4s. And he has 2nd tier up there too. He has 3rd tier. He is just... Mewtwo is ready for the apocalypse.
And yeah, honestly, we can't even say how long this will go at this point. It could be... He could be dead in 20 seconds. He could be dead in 8 minutes. You never know.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I do insist that, ooh, is he gonna see second tier? Don't. Oh, come on, Mewtwo. See, sometimes they... Oh, I thought for a minute that was ISG. But, what was I saying? Yeah, sometimes the second tier is, like, really complicated. The AI won't see it because, like, of how their algorithm, how their scanning works. It has a harder time dealing with irregular block patterns. But, unfortunately, he did spot it. I did have a PB, though, where Mewtwo had a pretty clean second tier and then just didn't see it for whatever reason. So, miracles do happen.
And I think now we're seeing a big problem of... I don't even think Tai has Mewtwo topped off right now. Fortunately, he does send enough to top Mewtwo off, but if you get in a situation where Mewtwo has more garbage on you than you have on him,
Yeah,
that's a real problem,
yeah,
where
it's gonna take a
you
long
can expect it to
time.
at least extend out a couple more minutes.
Ooh, is this... No, he's not topped off and he has a horizontal clear. That's the double whammy right there. And one thing that might need to be brought up in future games, and Foxy, we were talking about a little bit about this before we went live, but just due to the real brutal... Oh, come on, Mewtwo. Due to the brutal difficulty of S-Hard and the inexperience of some people, some people's experience with the category, you could have some runs that are like wildly disproportionate. Like, let's say you have a potential run where someone finishes at 25 minutes and someone else goes over 45 minutes. Should there be like a cutoff time after after the first place person finishes? Like, do they get like an extra 15 minutes or 20 minutes?
Yeah, and it's tough because oftentimes in these situations, if you're having a bad run, you want to just start over and kind of reset your luck and just move forward. So it can really be draining to the player who's having to extend this when things aren't going their way. And yeah, this Mewtwo, he's all the way at the top. Unless he chains right now and Tai has enough to top him off, this is not looking very good.
No, definitely not.
And I don't know if Tai has enough to top him off completely.
Yeah. Yeah, and this isn't to knock any specific player. It's just that like S-Hard can be really difficult, and even good players can have like bad times. Like I had a 35-40 minute run the other day, and if my opponent like had finished like with a 25 or something, like how long should we wait? Oh my gosh, Mewtwo, he just had horizontal clear. But then again, like it is interesting. This is definitely practice. I think what might happen is if Tai ends up, like, God forbid, dying, like maybe he'll just be like, all right, let's just go to the next game.
I mean, at the same time, dying right here might be a good strategy for kind of finishing this as quick as possible. And if anyone's going to suggest that, it's you who says that Mewtwo resets in S-Hard might be the best thing when you're in a situation like this. And already we've seen, and nah, this is going to be a commentator's blessing. I was hoping that would be the time, but...
Gosh, maybe Mewtwo will go on for 5 more minutes, he says, as Mewtwo kills himself instantly. Yeah, why can't it work like that?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Do we
get it? Yes! Oh my gosh. Get wrecked, Mewtwo. Holy
minutes
buckets.
22 seconds. But yeah, that just to take a second to kind of just think about how well Cards played in that run. The 23 minutes, I would really expect that in most races to be a win. And so the fact that he maybe started off a bit slower, had a 29-minute run, which is still respectable, but then able to bump that up to a 23-minute run, really showing that he's stepping up his game. He can play as hard, even if he's been busy recently with everything else going around this tournament. He still has it in him to put up good times and to really show why he's maybe not the favorite to win the tournament, but the one who's won the past tournament and definitely one of the top 2 players expected to take it all right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want to go up against a 23-26. That's so good. And where Cards really excels is just keeping his cool. Like, I would say that I have, if I do face off with Cards, I would say I have, like, the edge, like, with average time, but I can get pretty flustered, as people see in my streams. Like, I really have to tell myself to keep cool. So, Cards has really good mental skills. I mean, he's a chill guy in general, and he plays all these RNG games. Like, besides Puzzle League, he plays all these Yu-Gi-Oh games, so he has experience in dealing with bad RNG, and he knows how to not let it blow his stack.
So, Tay Man, I want to ask you, if you're Ty in that situation right there, do you reset on Mewtwo, yes or no?
I mean, I would only reset on Mewtwo if I was up by, like, maybe 4 stages, 3 or 4 stages. I wouldn't... Well, if I just wanted to finish the run, like, I probably would. It's so difficult. Like, you just don't know how long Mewtwo's going to take on you. But more often than not, it's going to go, like, at least 4 or 5 minutes, I'd say. So even if I only had maybe... Well, here's the thing. If you reset on Mewtwo, you're decrementing your stage lead. So if you had a 3-stage lead, now you're down to a 2-stage lead. But if you're confident in your ability to get those quick kills, I know the top runners are, then I think it is a good idea to reset on Mewtwo, because it can go on for so long. And I would, if you can chain well in Screen Watch, there's a good chance you can get back-to-back quick kills on Gary and Mewtwo within, like, a couple minutes. But
Yeah.
if you do have to reset again on Mewtwo, then you're in a really bad position. So it's dicey. I just plan on killing Mewtwo, like, the first time every time and not having to worry about it. And that'll work perfectly every single time, guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm hoping if you make it to Grand Finals and you're in a Game 5 situation and you make the Mewtwo, I hope you reset on Mewtwo. That would make me happy.
I'm going to make history by being the first person to ever reset on Mewtwo in a Puzzle League tournament. It'll go down in the year of 2020.
So yeah, we are off on Game 3. This is a must-win for Ty in order to keep his hopes alive in this race against Cards of the Heart.
Yeah,
And we already see Cards of the Heart starting a little slow, and based on the last 2 races, it doesn't look like he's going to reset on Gary. So he's just going to play this out and see how long it goes.
Yeah, it's a little harder to decide if you should reset on Gary. I would lean towards it. He can still keep you going for a couple minutes. His cursor speed is still relatively fast, but you do have an easier potential kill on Gary as Ty's Gary finally goes down. I like to go for the stop time kill on Gary. I just like to send my garbage as soon as I notice him raise his stack. And his cursor speed's slow enough where, like, maybe around half the time you can cheese it, and if you don't get it, just restart and try again. Like, it's such a quick potential kill that, like, why not just go for it and reset? And once again, Ty gets off to the early stage lead as Cards continues to struggle with Gary.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that I've noticed it feels like a lot of the top players have different preferences. Like, for the most part, S-Hard, almost everyone plays it the same. But when it comes to Gary 1, it seems that a lot of the top players have different preferences on how they like to go about it.
Yeah.
Cards, I feel like, is very much he's played this so many times, he knows he usually does better whenever he kind of just tries to play out Gary. I tend, especially after I played all these S-Hard or V-Hard races, I tend to just play it like the rest of S-Hard and reset often, but see how it goes. And I know that on the other hand, you prefer going for the stop time kills and resetting. And yeah, I'm not sure that it's completely figured out which is the best yet, but it is interesting to me at least that the one place I think we see the most variance in styles is on Gary 1 in the S-Hard category.
Did you see what Gary just did there? He freaking airwalked that purple when he was like gonna run himself out of the blocks to put in the perfect position. Gary, why?
Oh, and yeah, Cards already taking. He's 3 minutes in on Gary, and I don't know. I gotta wonder if I'm Cards. What am I thinking? Am I thinking that maybe I should abandon this strategy? Because if Gary's able to get up to this kind of second tier of combo blocks, so make one more clear here, then it's kind of resetting from the beginning anyways. So I don't see why you don't just reset the run in general.
Yeah, well, think of it like this. Like, every reset costs, like, 30 seconds maybe. Every attempt, like, to get the quick kill would take 30 seconds. So Cards could have reset 5 or 6 times and went for that stop time kill. But now he has sunk all this time into a single run. And I think it's just, I mean, like, yeah, he got that kill, and maybe he could have gotten that kill at like a minute 30 or a minute, but you just don't know. And I just like to play the numbers game. As Michu or Misty is not treating Ty very well.
So yeah, after a 4-minute Gary 1, we still are, actually no, we're even.
Yeah, Misty is turning into Cards' Gary.
Yeah, and just given that Cards again got a 14-second Brock on the first try, I just don't see the reason to not reset on Gary in that situation.
It's hard. It's really hard, but that Misty's looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's textbook from Ty on Misty right there.
Yeah, Misty's where the run gets a little easier. I think we have noticed from easier difficulties that the AI bumps up a bit in Misty. Like, I think Gary and Brock have similar AIs, and you're a little more likely to get the stop time kill on them. Maybe a little less likely to get the S-Hard kill because their cursor speed isn't as good. And then when you get to Misty, your likelihood of getting that S-Hard kill goes up a bit. And then when you get to Sabrina, a similar increase in difficulty as he gets the kill with the 5 combo starting out.
Yeah, that's an extremely interesting setup on Ty's screen. Luckily, it ended up working that Erica had gotten rid of, or not Erica, Lieutenant Surge had gotten rid of so many blocks that he had actually 4 wide on the left side that made it possible for this quick kill with the starting 5 combo instead of 4 combo.
Yeah, that might have been an accident or maybe like instincts took over, but that still can work if it drops down. It's just not your preferable strategy, but I would not reset right away. Now is
This might
no,
be good.
she's gonna
Oh,
no leveling. Oh, nice. They added my amazing emote into the chat. But it looks like, is this going to be good for... Okay. Oh, no.
If he gets the reds.
Okay, this is going to be good, though.
On card side.
I think Ty would have had an opening if he dropped that a little sooner. Oh, but she's going off again. Is that going to be enough?
Might be good.
Oh, but oh no. Yeah, did not have the double fours, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a situation you could try to play it out, but she does have second tier here.
Yeah.
So I would just reset if I were Ty.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how's she gonna... Okay.
I mean...
Okay, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
Get up to the second tier, so...
Yeah, when we talk about the reset strats, it's like... It's an overall strategy to play the odds. Like, in plenty of parallel universes, you would have won, like, 10 seconds after you resetted, but... I think, in my experience, and sounds like Foxy's experience as well, that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to go on for a few minutes. So we just play the odds. We trust the numbers. Ooh,
wow.
Koga getting trapped really out of position there.
5 combos seem to be really working out for Ty for some reason this game.
So Ty is going to get out to a one-stage lead, and the question is going to be, if he holds this through the second half, can he maintain it? Like, that's been the big problem for him. And let's see. I don't know if Sabrina cleared quite enough. Ooh, she's used a lot of stop time. But not quite enough.
The shake and the clears, it's not going to work. But Cards evening it up right here. It's about a dead even game.
I would. Well, Ty's going to let this go on a bit longer. I would reset pretty soon here. Yeah, as soon as she... Well, okay. Oh, okay, now I'd reset. Yep. No one knows that I am actually on a secret line with Ty, giving him all the advice. He paid me $10,000 to be his point man. It's not working out for him. Ooh, this is looking good.
That's a perfect kill on Cards' side.
Ooh,
he will be taking the one-stage lead back up, unless... No, this should be perfect for Ty.
There we go.
So we are dead even here. And yeah, I guess if I'm Ty, what I'm taking away from this match today is when it comes to the first half, him and Cards have been able to kind of stay neck and neck and really have been even when it comes to the first half of the race, but then he has to realize that he's got to change something up moving forward on how he approaches the second half in order to kind of keep from getting those 30 plus minute times and getting those down in the 20-minute range.
Oh gosh. Come on, Blaine. Blaine, what are you doing? Yeah, I would consider just resetting right away here. Well, actually, hold on. Look, that's gonna be a lot of garbage cleared. Now, if you just can not downstack... Oh my gosh.
Not like
that. Of
that.
course. See, it's so hard when you send such a large garbage block because the clear time... Yeah, that's a good call. The clear time alone is gonna be so long. Oh no, and Blaine is doing some no leveling, but he's no leveling in a dumb way, and he's gonna run out of time. Ah. So, Cards breaking free into the second half in about 12 minutes. I don't know if...
Oh, did he send enough? Come on, just a little bit more.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if he's going to do something dumb with those yellows on the side. I really think they'd only do that if their cursor was on there. For whatever reason, like sometimes the AI will just do random clears if there are cursors on it. Ooh, and Cards is gonna get the crush kill on Tracy to maintain a one-stage lead. Now, it's gonna be important to watch Ty here in the second half. This is where he's had his most trouble.
Yeah, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he comes back and shows, look, my struggles in the second half, they were just temporary, and really he's got it down, and not to worry. But from what we've seen so far, the second half is really where he's really been struggling. So he's hoping to make up ground. He's got to do it quickly.
Yeah, because as we've seen, Cards can just make up 3 stages in the blink of an eye because he is so skilled at those S-hard combos. Oh, and I don't know why that wasn't a chain there. But he's going to continue this. And Tracy is just having none of it. This is... Yeah, I would make this another reset. I wonder if it's nerves. Is like he not... Because he should be pretty good at chaining from PvP. But not super familiar with his precise chain proficiency. Because...
Yeah, it's definitely different in PvP in that usually you're playing at a higher level, and you also don't need to extend your chain as long. So like normally if you kind of start with a 6 or 7 chain or something, and then you quickly follow up with something else, that can be just as good as starting with a like 12 chain or something. Not better sometimes, and so it's definitely there's different flavors of how you proceed, and he actually takes the loss right there.
I think he had a 5 combo lined up, but I think he might have... What'll happen to me sometimes is that I'll think I've swapped in a clear, and I'll direct my attention elsewhere, but my control pad decided that it didn't want to be in that position for a moment, and it'll slip away at the last minute, and then I won't get the clear, and then I'll be really upset. What's Tracy doing here?
Unfortunately, he's probably gonna get a... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he eventually gets the green. But again...
What the heck? What the heck was that? That has to be the most fudged downstacking I've ever seen from the AI.
Yeah, that was absolutely wild.
That was...
But sometimes you need those.
Yeah, that was your birthday and Christmas and Hanukkah all wrapped up in one.
This is looking good for Cards.
Is it gonna...
Unless
not seeing second tier.
Doesn't go for it.
Gio deciding to be a bro. Yeah, Ty should... Yeah, probably reset here. Yeah, you'll notice that, like, even when Ty can raise his stack, he's still hesitating a bit. It seems like he's taking a moment to assess the screen, possibly.
This? No. I was gonna say if Team Rocket cleared those yellows on the left side before the garbage fell, it might have worked out, but unfortunately that led to a quick clear on the garbage as soon as it fell.
And Cards is getting some unfortunate, or some fortunate block arrangement from Richie. Ooh. No.
Yeah, and I really just think that Ty is dropping his chains too early. I haven't seen him kind of extend his chain in this latter half yet. And I just think with that sort of approach, it's not too often that you're going to get that lucky down stack that we saw from Tracy before.
Oh, definitely not. And it's possible that he was getting lucky with AI downstacking the first half where that can actually work. It's incredibly rare to happen in the second half. So hopefully he can adapt.
Oh no, he only has 1-4 combo, which isn't going to do it right here.
Yeah.
Maybe with a second 4 combo he could have, he had like some strange block arrangement on the right side, but
Yeah, let's listen in and see how Cards' run is going so far. As he is holding a 3-stage lead.
looking good against Lorelei.
That is. Oh, no! Is she gonna? Yeah, she's probably gonna find.
X-axis strikes again.
God, let's ban the X-axis. I don't care about Cartesian coordinates.
Oh my gosh, an 8 combo on Lorelei's side. That looks like something Cards would have done.
Cards. Oh, did Lorelei do it? I was gonna say.
Lorelei.
Cards loves his 8 combos. Card is gonna owe me so much money for these reset strats. Ooh, and this rocket finally pans out for Ty. So only down by 2 stages, but I think we've seen how from his performances so far that might be a bridge too far for him, unless he like really pulls it together. Now. Oh, and that second garbage block falling just in time for Cards.
And I think that's the big advantage that Cards has really over anyone else in this tournament, is his ability to get that second attack off with a variety of combos, just to drop it in the right amount of time in order to get the follow-up to maximize his chance of getting the kill. And that way that he killed Lorelei just there is just so typical of Cards, of able to get those combos, those quick follow-ups, to make sure that the opponent is always...
Oh, and that Bruno is good too. Wow.
And yeah, we can see why this game can kind of... You can make up 4 stages super quickly, because when you get 2 quick stages, it's less... almost a minute, if not a little more, and you can make up 2 stages if you get the luck the right way.
Yeah, for sure. It really depends on just how good you are at screen watching, how good you are at chaining. RNG certainly helps.
I didn't even nearly send enough right there.
Yeah, I think we don't want to write out Ty entirely, but it looks like Cards is going to be closing this out relatively soon. Although Ty does get a bit of a lucky kill on Geo. So let's see how the rest of the AI treats him. Ooh, okay, this
This is looking
That's-
good on
looks-
Cards' side. I don't see a
There we
good
go.
clear. And yeah, we see Cards
I
is
do
going
not-
into Mewtwo around 21:30.
Oh no.
This is a great time, and he's going to show that 23-minute time from before was not a mistake, and that he can put up those times consistently.
Cards is scaring me. I mean, I already knew I should have been scared, but he'd been having some bad luck with S-Hard lately, but it looks like he has put all of that to doubt. Although he did mess up his initial chain on Mewtwo, but he has rebounded nicely, given Mewtwo time to clear that initial garbage block. Oh, but no leveling Mewtwo, come on!
Still, I'm decently happy. Like, this will be a good test for my theory that kind of these big chains against Mewtwo can sometimes work. But Mewtwo just cleared a lot right there and is going to have probably some weird setups coming up.
Oh yeah, look what Cards is doing right now.
Is he Oh, he's trying to set up the double 4 combo.
I think he's also he was trying to wait for Mewtwo to clear out that initial garbage. Oh, this is interesting. Oh no, but the X-axis strikes again.
Yeah, that's a bit strange because it looked like he was trying to time it such that the double 4 combo dropped at the right time. But then actually a 5, maybe he wasn't aware of it or something, but there was a 5 that dropped first that kind of ruined the kind of weird setup with the double 4 combo that he was probably hoping for.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't work out, but it just goes to show you just Cards' incredible level of situational awareness. I mean, he is basically one of the original pioneers of this category. And this might no, those reds,
No,
unfortunately.
that's not fair.
It's not commentator's curse because I just said might. Ooh, but look at
Oh, this no. And he has second tier. Not
So-
what you want to see right now.
Who is gonna win? Is it gonna be I'm gonna win or I'm gonna win? I really.
Oh.
Ooh, is he gonna see second tier though?
He's gonna see it.
He doesn't
Yellow is
see
so
it.
far on the other side.
And with a
Not end
time,
up taking it.
an official race time of 24:39.
To get the coveted third Pokeball that we all so desperately want in these matches.
Yeah, the third Pokeball and the win. Just an incredible showing from Cards. Like 3 sub-30s. It's all pretty impressive. But whatever S-Hard rust he might have had, and that rust it might have been present in the first game. It might have been bad luck, but I think he's shown us that it's been thoroughly shaken off. As he got a 24:39 with like a 3.5 minute Gary. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think it goes to show that we are in for some exciting matchups coming later in the tournament. Because I would love to see a race between Cards and you, between Cards and FFR. I'd love to get an opportunity to go up against Cards and just see how can I kind of push myself to the limit and see how far I can take this S-Hard category when it comes not just to kind of getting a kind of personal best time, but kind of maximizing my chances of getting kind of these great great average times, and I guess what could do the math, but this is about probably a 25 or 26 minute average time on Mewtwo right here, or on S-Hard right here for cards, which is really phenomenal and something that anyone in this tournament would be extremely happy to have in a set of races.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I mean, honestly, like with S-Hard, with all the RNG in this game and in this category, I know that you and I, we definitely want to win, of course. I mean, who doesn't want to win? But if we can just play well and just know that, like, if the AI screws us over, there's nothing we could have done, I'll be happy with that. If I lose to FFR Pro, or you lose to FFR, or one of us lose to Cards, or there are lots of good players remaining, I would not be ashamed to lose to any of them. Definitely not Cards, although I'm sure some people want to see the hashtag #BopCards happen.
Yes, Cards has shown time and time again that when it matters most, he can clutch these tournaments out. And it's maybe a bit surprising that for once he's not the favorite in one of these tournaments, but no, I think more than anything, we want to see great matches, exciting sets that force the S-Hard ×5 to happen.
Oh yes, I think that is more likely to happen than not. There are plenty of opportunities for it to happen as the field gets whittled down, and the likelihood that our top players remain. It'll definitely turn into an endurance match. But it was exciting to get... there was a lot going on in this match. We got to see our very first S-Hard match. It's been kind of looming in the background for months now. We got to see our former world record holder and multiple tournament champion winner. Champion winner, you know, that's a thing. We got to see him flex his skills. We got to see the newcomer Ty. Definitely has some S-Hard chops. Really needs to polish up his second half, and I think he'll be in a pretty good position. But yeah, with the times Ty's gotten, I mean, 31, 35, that's definitely not anything to be ashamed of with a category this difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, just to give some perspective, maybe you've seen the highlights from the previous tournaments that we've shown a couple times on the Puzzle General channel already, but the Game 5 of Grand Finals from the 2017 tournament came down to a race where both Cards of the Heart and BB4Key had about 35, if not 37 or so minute times.
Yeah, that's...
It's just still wild to me that Ty, coming in with so little experience, is able to put up times like that as if they were bad times, when they by no means are bad times. And he should not come away from this thinking, oh wow, I really played poorly. Like, he played great, and he showed immense potential to really make an upset and show that he deserves being in this upper echelon of Puzzle League players right now.
Yeah, for sure. And if they were bad times, I mean, who cares? We're just having fun in a Puzzle League tournament. I'm just glad that we're all here. I'm glad to be hanging out with you. I'm glad that we've had race nights again. I'm glad I've gotten to meet new people, like you and Ty and Buster, just like people that all came over from the PvP scene, because there really isn't much crossover. We've talked about this a couple times. There isn't much crossover between the PvP scene and the speedrun scene. Like, they're different aspects of the game that players love. And they don't really talk much. Like, there's an entirely separate server for PvP, and an entirely separate server for speedrunning this game, and puzzle games in general. So, been really nice to have this opportunity to meet new people, celebrate this game that has touched our lives for over 20 years at this point, even if we do love to shout at it at a weekly basis. Whew.
Oh my gosh. Hey man, I think you're gonna make me cry here. Putting the speeches on the table.
It's not... Don't worry.
Make me remember why I love this game so much.
It's so fun, dude. I love this game. Lorelei, come on.
God.
Can you just get it together? Okay. This is such a bad game, everyone. Can't believe it.
Yeah, Ty will be going into Bruno around 32 minutes, hoping to finish this one strong. But you never know how people are feeling in these situations, especially I've been in this situation where I was on a final game situation against Ty in my V-Hard match. I was struggling in my race, and I saw him finish in, what was it, I think 17 minutes or something, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to finish this run. And it can be tough. It can definitely be tough.
Yeah, it can be demoralizing, but I think that you just have to see that as an opportunity to practice your mental fortitude and just like your mechanics for your next race. If you're not in losers finals, which you're not, and Ty, he's going to be doing S hard again in a losers, or not losers finals, but losers quarterfinals. It's still S hard. We'll preview that a little bit, but yeah, he's gonna want the practice, like whether it be, ooh, I think this is gonna be good.
Oh, unless okay,
there we go.
if Gary would have magically dropped that red and found the horizontal clear,
yeah,
I think I would have just like had enough.
I probably just would have cut stream, to be honest, because we don't need to see any more of that.
But yeah, going into Mewtwo, and honestly, that was a really quick Bruno and Gary, so he's finishing strong, what we like to see. And oh, okay.
Oh no! the inadvertent reset on.
No.
He might have had a kill too. You hate to see it, but it happens.
Well, back to Gary 2.
Yeah, hopefully he'll cooperate, and we'll all be rooting for Ty to finish strong.
I mean, it looks like he has.
There we go. See, this is why you reset on Mewtwo. Alright, take two. Alright, well, is Mewtwo gonna run himself out here?
This has potential.
It's really weird. Sometimes Mewtwo will just clear a buttload of blocks at once, and sometimes he just won't. That's really... It's strange how... It feels like some different opponents have different behaviors. I don't know if that's true at all, but I've definitely noticed how Rocket and Giovanni seem to like do huge combos off the garbage, and that's why like I don't reset on them quite as often, because they can literally run themselves out.
Ty continuing to send large chains. I'm wondering if he kind of picked up from his last race that went 722 that the heavy combos wasn't working quite too much, although...
Oh, wait. Holy cow! That's a lot of combos, Batman.
What some people have referred to as the spaghetti. That's a lot of noodles right there.
That's... Gosh, no, we don't like spaghetti here. I feel like sometimes you just get carried away by the intrinsic pleasure of the mechanics of this game. Like, Puzzle League and Pound the Pond, it's just so fun to clear blocks and do combos and change some stuff that you, like, I know for me, it can be hard to, like, temper myself sometimes. You'll just get so caught up in clearing stuff that you're like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't be sending Mewtwo every single combo I can find. Ooh, look at that checkerboard with the shock blocks, though. Ooh.
Oh, and Mewtwo is going through everything.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Savior.
There we go. Ty finishing strong.
Yeah, and
he's not split on the race time.gg. I think we can call that we'll say it's a
final time
37:50 or so.
56.
Yeah, should be close enough there. So, well, Ty could have run this game at GDQ. I mean, we set the estimate for marathons to 40 minutes, and he subbed 40 this 3 times, so that already puts him in a pretty high class of runner. So, very strong showing for Ty. I'm definitely going to be really excited to see how he fares in his losers match against either Lightning or Tetris Attacker. I think he's going to be favored there. But for today, our winner and the one with the glorious fanfare is going to be Cards of the Heart. Wins the match 3-0. Where's our fanfare music?
Yeah. If you're just looking at the times after this, I don't really think it shows the full picture of just how close these races were, or at least felt. At least the first half were definitely neck and neck throughout, but it was clear that Cards of the Heart, with his experience, with his knowledge of this game, was able to kind of run through the second half in a way that Ty just could not keep up. But as a result, Cards gets the 3-0 3-Pokeball win in this match, and very well-deserved win at that, with a great average time.
Yeah, for sure. That was a really good showing from Cards. I mean, I don't think I would have had a hard time beating him. I think you would have had a hard time, FFR Pro, all the top players. Cards, like, definitely put on a really good showing there. So, why don't we take a look at where things stand now? And as I pan over, Cards has just updated the bracket. Perfect timing on my part. So yes, Card is going to move on to the winners finals. He will go up against the winner of me versus FFR Pro. That's going to be this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ty is going to drop down to losers quarterfinals, which is also as hard. He is going to face off against Lightning or Tetris Attacker, and I think Ty is going to be favored in either either of those matchups. I think if Tetris Attacker advances, maybe if he puts in a lot of practice. He has shown a lot of interest in S-Hard. I think Ty's going to be the favorite there for sure. So, do you have any thoughts on the bracket so far, or the match that we haven't talked about before we wrap up for the night?
Yeah, I guess to come back to Ty versus a conceptual matchup of either Lightning or Tetris Attacker, I think what I'm really excited to see is if Ty can take the necessary steps to move forward, to get into the upper echelon and get start averaging around, say, 28 minutes or so in his S-Hard races. I think from what we saw today, he definitely has the potential there, and if he's able to do that and show that off against Lightning or Tetris Attacker, I think the possibility for him to win another match and another one and even get to grand finals is definitely there and not off the table. So if I had to say one of the storylines I'm looking forward to the most in the rest of the bracket, it's can Ty really get to the next level when it comes to S-Hard and make a run through this losing bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you and him, as Cards mentions, are on a pretty likely crash course. I mean, we don't want to... it's gonna be tough. I mean, you're gonna have to go up against either me or FFR Pro, but you are like I'd be nervous about you. You've shown really good S-Hard chops, so like we could see the Foxy Ty rematch, and I think what we have here is like you have these two narratives of one is kind of like the seasoned legacy players. Those would be myself, Payman, FFR Pro. Wait.
Yeah, you and Payman.
Me and Payman.
Favorites to win.
I just like referring to myself in third person like Ricky Henderson. And I am also the greatest of all time. No. Cards, myself, FFR Pro, kind of these like really good legacy players. And then like Smart, Lightning, they're legacy players. A little less skilled, but definitely been around a while. And then you have the newcomers, yourself and Ty, who have put up...
Myself and Foxy Man.
Yeah, me, myself, and I. It's going to be a gripping matchup. No, you and Ty, who have come over from PvP and have made a really strong showing so far in this tournament. And we got really good matchups, like all the way, rest of the way through. Oh man, it's been a long night. That's what S-Hard does to us. And we're not even playing. We're not even playing it. And this is what all the energy that it drains from us. So I think that's a good opportunity to say goodbye to everyone. Any final thoughts before we leave off for the night?
I mean, I guess just a big congratulations to Cards. Not just for showing tonight, but also just for putting this whole tournament on. Like, really, this tournament has been super exciting for me. Hopefully super exciting for all the viewers. And he's showing not only can he put up a great tournament in hosting, but also in playing. And so, congratulations to Cards for that, and I'm looking to see more matches come this way.
Yeah, maybe if the organizer wasn't so good, I wouldn't have to do so many restreams. No, we all love you, Cards, and good games again. And just as a reminder that tomorrow, as always, is going to be race night starting around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll probably be some S-Hard because we're moving into that stage in the tournament, but we can do some lighter categories as well, so anyone is free to join in there. And then, after race night, we have our very last, very hard match of the tournament. I know all of us are going to be really sad to see V-Hard go. Oh no! that's going to be Tetris Attacker versus Lightning tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, who knows who will be on commentary there, because we have lots of people available on Friday. So that'll be fun. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. I am Tayman, joined with Foxy on commentary. Take care, everyone.